What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? My name is the Wine Boss, and welcome to the Wine Boss channel, where today we're going to do a little bit of film study on Omega Blake, Arkansas's newest star wide receiver. So this is going to be real interesting. But before I get into the content, please make sure you subscribe to the Wine Boss channel. Go ahead and help us grow, be a part of the team, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well because we're going to have a lot of good Razorback content. We keep up with the Razorbacks. We're going to have recaps. We're going to have uh, summaries. And we're going to have previews. We're going to have it all. We're going to follow the Razorback. So um, I'm doing all that I can. I'm putting in, a lot of work, trying to research and bring to y'all the best content. So please support me in subscribing to the channel. So first, before we get into it, I want to talk a little bit about Sam Pittman. Um, I feel like that Sam Pittman is probably as happy as he's ever been as a Razorback coach. I say that because this is his sixth year, his sixth go round. He's been around here long enough. He's been around in the SEC as far as being in charge to know how the process goes. He's been here at Arkansas long enough. He's had players quit. He's had the transfer porter, tear his team up. He went through actually, being destroyed by the portal and having to learn about it. And I believe this year he was prepared for the turnover and he got some damn good players. He got a couple of top tier transfers. Again, one of them is Omega Blake. The other one is Corey Robertson the second. But we'll speak more about Corey on another video when I kind of start looking at the offensive line. But for right now, we're going to keep it right here with Omega Blake. So Razorback fans, I know y'all ready for a new season because I am. Me being a fan as well. Ready for this season to start off with good promise and good hope. Last year was filled with mixed emotion as far as the team wasn't terrible, but the team beat itself. And when you think back to the Oklahoma State game, I think it was the first or the second game of the year, they pretty much dominated the game and led the whole way until the end and found a way to lose it. Um, that game was an indicator of pretty much how their fate was for the rest of the year. With the biggest moment coming against Tennessee, against the Volunteers, where they were able to pull off the shocking upset in Razorback Stadium. But other than that, it was a mixed bag of goodies. And ultimately, we finished 7-6. And, you know, that's never a good thing to be 500. Only 3 wins in the SEC. So we really didn't compete like we should have, in our league. So this year, um, it looks like the coaching staff did a good job of knowing exactly what they needed, and they went and got what they needed. And this is the first time that I've seen that instead of actually being less than what you were, we are for sure better, 100% better than what we were last year. With the talent that they were able to get at wide receiver, a lot of options, a lot of competition. Because keep in mind, we lost all of our wide receivers that were relevant last year. So it's open season. Did a good job getting a lot of defensive backs in, which was a big problem, covering the pass last year. And offensive line play was inconsistent, and they got some offensive linemen. So again, we're going to keep it here on Omega Blake, and that way, I won't overload you guys with too much information. I want us to be a singular mindset whenever we discuss these players, and that way everything can be clear and concise. So Omega Blake was a four-star transfer. Four-star transfer, uh 6'2", 182 pounds, decent size, not too big, but definitely a strong guy. A strong guy with a lot of speed and a lot of agility and athleticism. Uh, Omega comes to us from the University of Charlotte, where he was a superstar wide receiver, getting about 1,200 yards of receiving yards, and I'm not sure the amount of yards after catch, but it was a lot of. His average was first in the nation. I believe it was 14.8 yards per catch. 12 touchdowns. The guy is an animal. To put that into perspective, we only had 16 touchdowns as a team, where he was able to catch 12 on his own. So he definitely was making plays, and we need a guy like that on our team. Omega is known for having really amazing hands, soft hands, as they say. He catches go ups and catches anything, whether it's traffic, ball could be low, and Taylor is not the most accurate passer. But having a guy like that, kind of like Armstrong, will help you out because they'll go get the ball for sure. Very explosive. Can go from first gear to fourth gear in a jiffy. You know what I'm talking about? He is a home run hitter, and he'll be able to stretch the defense and put a lot of pressure on the safeties. And that's for sure is going to allow us the opportunity to run the ball with the safety being having to respect the speed of Omega Blake. We got a bunch of other receivers that got that type of speed as well. So it's going to be good to have that because that's going to automatically allow us to do what we want to do, which is run the ball when we need to run the ball. Whereas last year we ran the ball, but when we needed to get short yardage or needed to score in the red zone, get tough yardage, or in the fourth quarter against teams, we couldn't because they know that you can't really make them respect your vertical uh, ability to get past the secondary. So having a guy like this, telling you, it's gonna be, it's gonna be, it's gonna be something that we hadn't seen in a while, and we all gonna love it as Razorback fans. He has a high ceiling. He's extremely versatile, and he plays in the slot. He plays on the outside. Um, he can play the XY, so his versatility is unmatched. He's definitely probably a second to third round pick for sure. And if he has the type of year that he had last year, he could easily probably for sure lock in a second round pick, maybe even higher. Um, but again, he's the real deal, and we're gonna look at some footage here, trying to that way I can show you guys what I've been looking at on film. So just bear with me 1 second while I get the footage.
3rd and 8, once again in the slot. And having him in the slot gets him on safeties in huge speed mismatches. And obviously, their quarterback, who we will talk about here in just a moment, he was with the Florida Gators for like 2 seconds,
See
is
how he
able
got
to
behind
throw an
secondary on
absolute
that?
beast. But look at how much
That was
space.
about 5
Look at how
yards.
easily he ran by these
Pocket block.
guys. That is really special stuff on the 3rd and 8, down 14. Blake in the slot again. So you have a motion here with the tight end. This gets Blake on a thicker linebacker type of player. Now he gets off of him. Nice zone coverage, a little fake pitch to the right, a Lane Kiffin staple into the field. And guess what? You're throwing a deep over, and it is cut off, but Blake was open for a second. This pass protection is what really won this rep. But take a look at this catch right here from Blake. Yes, he is open, but he takes the contact and brings it on in. Out of all of my favorite things about Blake, notice how many conversions were on 3rd and long. We're on the road at Georgia. Omega Blake, we need someone to step up and make a play, and what was almost an upset bid, right? Omega Blake, once again, we have him here in the slot, man-to-man here versus his overhang at a leverage disadvantage. So you could see that this DB has leverage on him and he's trying to run an in-breaking route. So you really have got to sell that you're doing something else and just beat this guy to the spot. You get good protection here, and guess what? Blake is able to do that very thing. Rattler trusts him in the spot, and guess what? He makes a huge throw right here for a first down. Here he is back on the outside press man versus Everett, who I believe is in the league now. Ooh, nasty stuff. A little juke to the inside here, and you'll see that Everett is on skates. Now, it was a slippery, rainy day, but he needed to win quickly while Rattler was getting pulverized behind that bad South Carolina offensive line. And here's a third and Magnolia, a third and Prescott, a third and I'm trying to think of another small Arkansas town. Which one should I use in the next video? But it is 3rd and 15. Okay. Holy crap. This is really good stuff. So once again, give this South Carolina offensive line some credit. Still, this does not look like a winning proposition, but Omega Blake is running a dagger concept. All right. First off, this is really, really, really tight quarters. You need this vertical to clear out, and we need you to cut right behind it. And that is exactly what he does. And look at Spencer Rattler throwing this ball with some good anticipation. You get a little lucky that this linebacker did start running hard at this check down right here. And look at when Rattler is deciding to rip this. So he's trusting Omega Blake while Rattler is getting hit to make this play, and he makes it. And one of my favorite things about Blake is, yes, a minute ago, you saw him make a catch on a slant and fall down. This time he catches it in stride and is able to pick up all this extra yak, baby. You freaking love to see it, Omega. All right, so this rep right here fascinates me, and it's easy to look over it because it is indeed the Furman Paladins. And if you can, guess what state Furman is in. They're playing South Carolina, and take a look at this. 7 seconds left to go. So basically, you have 0 timeouts, and you want to throw a ball that's either a touchdown or an incompletion, so you can still go out there, kick a field goal, and make it a 2-possession game. Now, once again, this is from a few years ago, but you've seen Blake basically do quite a few different things. Take a look at what Spencer Rattler decides to do.
That's what I'm seeing right now.
At the top of the screen, it is Xavier Ligat, who basically was a first-round pick and talks like he is from Maumelle. I'm kidding.
I don't know where he got this Maumelle.
Well, y'all probably seen that video when I tell them folks I eat coon. I eat raccoon.
Let's go with Hampton. He talks like he's from Hampton. Shout out South Arkansas.
You need to know Arkansas.
And I love it, by the way. It's not a put down at all. He's absolutely hilarious. But the truth is, if I am Spencer Rattler in this spot, I am throwing to Xavier Ligat over Omega Blake. But no, Rattler says, hey, I like Omega Blake's talent.
Why would
he decides to go there? And by the way, this is a longer throw. So in theory, this would take a little bit longer than to actually throw a jump ball over here.
So watch how he wins.
Part of this also is the coverage, right? It's easier to throw a jump ball versus press. So that's Omega Blake on the outside. Why he decided to go here. In theory, this corner probably should be playing with his heels there, knowing the time and situation, and they don't have any timeouts. Still, he makes a decision to go to the non-first round pick, Omega Blake, in this jump ball spot. And what does Blake do? Well, he does what Andrew Armstrong does in this spot. Moss this dude, and it wasn't quite a moss, but just absolutely positively annihilates this matchup. Is Omega Blake?
So get back to what we were starting with. So as you can see, the guy makes big plays. It don't matter where he went. We saw footage when he was at South Carolina playing in the same league he's playing in now. Dominate. Big plays against the #1 Georgia Bulldogs, who I believe won they won the championship that year. So, I mean, this guy's a real deal, man. He's a gamer. He's gonna show up whenever we need him to. So I had to do a feature on this guy because from what I see, hey, he's special. He's special. So I just wanted to share this with Razorback Nation. Give us a little something to look forward to. We got 4 weeks left until opening day. Little less than 4 weeks now since we are past this Saturday. So it's getting closer, but it's a reason for optimism, and I feel it, and hopefully I exhibited to you my reasons for optimism for this year football team. So that's all I have today. Stay tuned though, because we are coming with a lot more content following and covering the Razorbacks. Um, we will be covering Corey Robinson next. He's another 4-star talent with a few more other guys that came in, because it's my goal to make sure that Razorback fans understands who everybody is before the season starts. Like, we're gonna know who this guy is, what he did, and the chances of him helping us before we even start opening day. That's my goal here. So my name is the Wine Boss. And again, make sure you like our channel. Make sure you like our platform, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can continue getting Razorback content as fast as we drop it. My name is the Wine Boss, and I'm out. Peace out. Go Hawks!